Let's start. Okay. So this is a complete project training data migration project. Okay. So like, what is workflow? So we have like variety or different source systems like CRM, SQL servers are different source system. So uh, the ETL team. So ETL means like extract, transform, and load. So they going to push data into AWS S3 bucket or like Azure Blob Storage. Then we have GCP, GCS, we can call it. They're going to push to that. So from this point, as Snowflake developer, our work will be done. Our work will be start. So we need to load data. So we have different types of data. So when we go into subject, we're going to see types of data, types of loads, and how to load live data, continuous data with Snowflake command, how to handle error data. So those things we're going to see when we go inside. Okay? So these things. So we need to load into Snowflake, but we are also working with the DBT. But before DBT, so the flow is like we are doing everything in the Snowflake, then we are sharing data with the reporting team. But now, after loading data in Snowflake, and we have different layers like raw layer, staging layer, curated layer. So after loading data into the Snowflake raw layer, so next we need to connect DBT, or it is ELT tool. So see, Informatica, those are ETL tools. But here DBT is it is ELT tool. It means like first it's going to when we extract data after loading the data. So when we have data in the warehouse, okay, so warehouse, then we will connect with the DBT. So then it comes like DBT. After loading data into the warehouse, then only we need to connect the DBT. Okay, so we need to have data in the Snowflake. Then DBT is ELT. We need to connect with the DBT. Then we need to do transformations in the DBT. Okay, so completely like full form DBT data level 2. Oh, repeated. So 1 second then. Can you open the slow room? Okay, now I think it's good, right? So DBT is a data building tool, or doing like lot of things in the inside the DBT. We can remove the data, we can do the transformations, we can schedule the jobs. So we need to connect with the GitHub, so many things. Okay. So this is after doing the transformation, then after data goes to Power BI reporting team, app tab. So here what I'm going to cover Snowflake, AWS S3 services, and AWS for your blob storage. So these are enough as of now, and DBT, and inside advanced SQL. Here we can call Snow SQL structure polygon. So these things, and with Jira tool and GitHub, and some so pay request, like we need to know about SE types and data modeling like star schema, Snowflake schema, and so what are the conformal dimensions? These things we need to know. So I'm going to cover data modeling concept. So completely project only. So we're going to going to be so 45 days. Sometimes we're going to take some extra time. Okay. So these things. So first of all, we need to create now Snowflake account. Here project is like a data migration project. Okay. With so still not clear. Still, 1 second. I will do the connection. Okay, 1 second. System. Okay. So how is now my voice? Is it okay?
Now is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
It's clear. Okay, nice removal, audio isolation. Okay, fine. So it is completely a data migration project. So migration project. So from we're going to receive from data already, right? This image or different source systems. So one second on the image. So this is okay. These are source systems like Oracle SQL Server. We're going to receive patient records, claims, billing data, insurance details, and drugs like medicine details. Those packages details we're going to receive. And here comes in the picture. This is ETL tools they're going to use are like Informatica or ADF. They're going to push data into these S3 blob and storage. So maybe we're going to receive different types of files like CSV, JSON, external stage, and we load into the raw layer. Then we'll connect with the DBT. So what we do in DBT in transformations, is going to be uh, create table service or snapshots, okay, incremental. So those things in this staging layer. Here we're going to have like a clean data so without any duplication. And final, this is curated layer. So we're going to have fact and dimension tables. Okay, fact means like having only numeric data. So dimension means like having the description data. So in between we're going to use streams, task, SE type tools. So in that we're going to mention start and dates. So these are environments like a dev, QA, and prod. And we are also going to move code dev to QA and QA to production. Okay, we're going to apply for apply these RBAC role based access control and data masking. Okay, so we're going to monitor it. So alerts, logs, and job scheduling. Okay, so then it's going to be a tool. So after that, I will guide you. Okay, how after when you have job Snowflake job. So we need to you need to learn this Snowflake Cortex. For that, you need to know Python, PyPark, okay, and machine learning. Those things are there. Gentic AI. So inbuilt, we have Snowflake Cortex, the Snowflake. So not now. So when you have Snowflake job, in that time you need to learn. Okay, not. Okay, this is completely a healthcare data migration architecture. So come to here. So this is okay, data migration we are going to do. So we're going to take a large data. So not 10 records, 20 records. We're going to have 2 lakhs records in that table. Okay. So now, first Snowflake, we know it is a SaaS model. No need to install anything. Completely it will handle by the Snowflake. Okay. SaaS model means software as service. No need to install anything. Completely it will done by the Snowflake. Okay. And remember some points like pay as use model. Okay, pay as you know. What we use, we need to pay. Suppose if you are going anywhere, you're going to book Rapido, Ola, Uber, right? So in that time, you are not hiring that Rapido person and you are not buying that bike. Just you are traveling some distance, 5 to 10 kilometers. So you're going to pay for that distance traveling, that distance and those if what is your charges for that you go pay. So this is you can call like pay as use model. So even we have 2 TB. So 1 TB is active and 1 TB is not okay. Here we need to pay for only this 1 TB active. It's going to be like per TB $23 like that. Okay, for storage, not for data processing and queries running queries. So this is remember. Okay. So architecture, Snowflake architecture and Snowflake project architecture both are different. Remember, Snowflake architecture and Snowflake project architecture both are different. Okay, here we have why many companies are choosing Snowflake means here we have 3 layers. One is storage layer, so the data going to store, and compute layer, the query going to run in this layer, and we have cloud services layer. So when we run the query, okay, it going to see about security and who is the user, those things. Here the data will store, here the query going to run, and in cloud services layer, like suppose if you want to log into Snowflake account, we need to have username and password. So those things are done in this cloud services layer. Okay, so even we have so 5 TB data in this in the storage layer. So when we run the query in this compute layer. So it won't affect by the data storage. So query, so it won't affect by that. Okay, these storage. These in this storage layer we have data, right? So this is advantage in Snowflake. It means we have separate layers, or we can call decoupled architecture, decoupled Snowflake architecture. So that's why when we run the query, it won't affect by this storage, 5 TB storage. So this is advantage in Snowflake. That's why what we can save with this architecture, time and money cost we can save when we run the query. This is advantage. Okay. So remember, so first we need to go into create a Snowflake account. For that, we need to know about cloud providers to Snowflake. Snowflake have 3 cloud providers. So one is AWS and Azure and GCP. So this AWS they are using from 2014 and supporting to Snowflake. They are the cloud provider. This is 2018 and GCP and 2019. Okay, these are where they are using, okay, cloud providers. So here we going to choose AWS and we need to know about editions. Okay. So editions in the Snowflake. Okay. It's what are the editions we have here. So first is like standard and next enterprise, then business, then we have VPS, okay, virtual private Snowflake. So I will provide every document, no need to worry, okay, I will provide every document. Here standard we don't use in the project, okay, basic version. We don't have some other features like security, time travel features we don't have in this standard edition. So enterprise we're going to use a project for healthcare domain. And for business critical, suppose if you're handling with project bank domain, so we're going to use a business critical. But remember, so when you are creating the account, okay, so when you are creating the account, you're going to see only here. So you're going to see only these 3 editions. Okay, 3 editions. But in real time, when you are working the project, you're going to have the 4 editions. 4 editions. Remember. So when you while you are creating Snowflake account, you can see only 3 editions. But on work, you're going to see 4 editions. Okay. So it will be $1, $1, and enterprise for $2 for 1 hour. It's going to take $3 for 1 hour, and it will be depend on the discussion with the Snowflake team. Okay, we need to discuss the Snowflake team that who are working in the Snowflake company. It will be maybe $5 or $7. Okay, so in our project we're going to use enterprise edition. Okay, these are. So let's just open this one and type Snowflake account creation, then click trial, this link Snowflake trial. Wait, loading. Taking time. Closer. Can use this one. Okay, still loading. So here we need to provide like first name, providing like Mari, last name I'm providing Madhu, and work mail. Okay, you can give your personal mail ID, and via to sign up in, choose companies considering Snowflake or training or certification, personal training and development. I'm student expert in Snowflake. Okay, I'm choosing training or certification for my job, and click on continue. So company name you can give like I'm giving IBM. So job title you can choose like data engineering, and so by default, okay, we're going to choose. So see, I've already told, right? So we can see only three editions: standard, enterprise, and business critical. So in enterprise, we're going to choose here. We're going to handle like healthcare domain and retail projects, sales related data. Here for bank domain, we're going to use business critical. Okay, it should be security. We need to have most security for we're going to do deposit or withdrawal, right? So money, okay, and the passwords are everything. You need to be safe. That's why. So here, so I'm choosing enterprise edition, and then I'm choosing cloud provider, so AWS. Okay, then okay, keep it as a Pacific Singapore region, and just check mark and get start, and skip these things, and choose or SQL structured query language, then again submit. So just open your Gmail. You're going to receive an activation link. Okay, yes, Gmail. So activate your Snowflake account. Click to activate. Okay. Here we need to provide a username. Okay. I'm giving like. Is someone speaking? Talking? Harish, are you talking?
No, no, no.
Okay. So username I'm giving like TV, and I'm giving March 24th. Okay, this is my username. I'm going, if suppose I want to connect with the DBT, I need to know about my username, and I need to know password. Okay, uh, password minimum should be 14 characters. Use capital, any special characters and numbers. So just give or type like your name and give the numbers. That is going to be easy. You can remember. Just type your name, then it, then type some numbers sequence. This is going to be whenever if you are connected with any tool, it's going to be easy. If you forget, we need to recover again. Okay. So click on get started, save. I'm making a bookmark this tab. Okay. So this is interface. You can see. So here we have home button, so plus button, search. Okay, these are project ingestion and transformation, AML, monitoring, marketplace, GitLab, data sharing, governance and security. Okay. So where are you going to work? Here you can see plus, right. Click on that button. You can select SQL file. So SQL file. So again click on this button. It is like a demo one, SQL file. So this is your web UI. So usually web UI in the Snowflake we have three. Okay, one is web UI. One is like classic console. This is old one, and good for SQL queries. Okay, good for SQL queries. And now we are using Snow site, and this is classic console disabled for the trial account. Disable for trial account only trial. And now we are using Snow site. Most of the it is a new interface. Snow site we are using now. Present in a project we are using Snow site. And the third one is command line. So we need to install Snow SQL, and then we need to open command prompt. Then we need to provide everything: account identifier, username, password. Okay, then we can log in, it can work. What we are doing in Snowflake we can do in the command line. These are three ways you can work with Snowflake. So this is disabled. Now we are working with a Snow site. Okay, this is the Snow site. Here left side you can see Snowflake, then under learning DB sample data. Okay, so this user's TV March 24, and here you can see uh, account admin. Okay, these are roles, and these are warehouse. Okay, then choose database. Okay, here these databases are sample databases. I am running one query. You can check. Show databases. To run any query or any command in the Snowflake, so just you can keep cursor in this line and click on this play button, or you can use control enter in the keyboard. So this is way of running the query. Okay, don't confuse. Use always control enter. It's going to be fast, and if you go with you need to move the cursor, it will take some time. Okay, so we have sample data, and we have see these warehouses. So what is the hierarchy here? So hierarchy is like warehouse. So warehouse like engine that I'll explain. Okay, it means per query. Okay, why warehouse means suppose I'm running one query, so it is taking 60 minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to increase the warehouse size. So now it's going to take only 6 minutes. That is like a compute engine. So when we are driving the bike, if you want to go high speed, or if you're driving the car, if you want to go high speed, you're going to change gear, right? One, two, third gear, fourth gear, fifth. Like that, we have clusters that is related to the warehouse, that is virtual warehouse. So if you the query want to give more performance and it run to in the minimal time, we're going to add the clusters. Okay, that we will discuss in depth. No worries. This is warehouse is the mandatory for if you want to run the queries. Then database already you know. Okay, and schema. So we're going to work. We need to know about database and schema. So warehouse first you need to have and database schema, then tables, procedures, UDF, stages, so many things we have that are database objects. Here see, so we have one table, must we need to know about that table database and schema. Here we have this relationship, but there is no relation between warehouse and a database. It means I can use compute warehouse, I can create one database, one schema, one table, I can work. If I can choose one more warehouse, then again I will going to create database schema and table. But for both tables I can use any warehouse. For both I can use any warehouse. Okay, so as per your workload you can change the your warehouse and you can use. Okay, so warehouse is not related to the this database. Warehouse is like engine, so it going to do compute your query and your data loading process and everything. So okay, we have a relation between database schema and tables. Warehouse is like engine. You can create one in this warehouse. You can create a table, and you can change your warehouse. Okay, and you can run the table in the another warehouse, same table. Okay, so warehouse is mandatory to run the queries with compute engine. So this is a database. So now I'm going to create one database. Then we will discuss one by one. Create or replace. To create a replace database for healthcare DB. Okay. Then you can see healthcare DB successfully created. Next again, move to create replace schema healthcare scheme. Okay, this three. Okay, and we can also create the warehouse that we will see in the next classes. Okay, these now we have both. So if you want by default when you are creating it going to select by these features, or if you want to select anything you can click and you can select or refresh here. You're going to find your healthcare DB, and by default when you create database, so it's going to create this information schema and this public schema. Remember, so when you create database, it's going to create by default information schema and public schema inside this healthcare DB. Okay, and this healthcare schema is I created. If you want to go with information schema, three dots. Okay, and click wait. Okay, This is not showing. So previously we have one more feature here. So Snowflake we're going to have a lot of updates. Okay, so it's changed. Previously when the Snowflake started, we have these all, and after some time we have only public. Now again we have all schemas. Okay, so when we click the three dots, it's going to show use this schema and database, but not showing now. Why? Because you already have. Okay, you can choose from this one, or you can run command use schema name, or I'm choosing this point. Okay, here, and here we can see only public schema. You can change to public schema, but we are I'm choosing only healthcare schema. Okay, so now I'm going to load data from local machine to Snowflake, on premises Snowflake. So I will show the, so what is the data, and how we going to work with those data. Just I'm opening this one. So here you can see Snowflake. Okay, and open. So this is US healthcare data. So we have drugs package product. So drugs unofficial data, enhanced data from 2005 to 2014. Okay, and nutrition USA, star rating, fall, cutoff, domain. Okay, and so different types of tables. Okay, performing plans, everything. This completely healthcare data. You can see open. Okay, so these are the records we have in the data. So how many records we have? So this is file, and almost we have 2 lakhs 21,362 records. We're going to work large data, not with 10 records or 20 records. Okay, or maybe 30 or 40 records. We're going to work with 2 lakhs 21,362 records. Okay, large data. So completely you're going to get real-time experience. So these are the columns. We have 4 columns. So this table only having the 4 columns, but if I open another file, it's going to have the more than 150 columns. So in real time, like that only we're going to have more than 150 columns. But this table having only these columns about product, right? That's why. So copy this header, go to here, and give comments. These are hyphen or comments in the Snowflake. It means to come like this again, choose title. Okay, hyphen space the terms. Okay, product ID, product NDC package code, package description. Now go to again, close it. So copy this name, rename, copy one, go to here again, paste. So this is the file name, and we have these columns. Okay, so now I'm going to create table for this. How I will. Okay. So create table, or we need to use create or replace table name or tracks package. I'm giving underscore data. So inside we have data, right? Data. This is, so again, just open brackets. Okay, this is that's package data. I'm taking a first column product ID. So don't give int because of inside the data. So we have some other, okay, hyphen, okay, some other things. If you give int, we have BATB, right? It won't load. We're going to get the error. So give varchar or varchar, or we can give string. Yeah, I'm giving varchar. So next product NDC. For this also I'm giving, right, about data types. We have data types now, right? Numbers, varchar, strings, boolean, date. Those are data types. So varchar again, and again, and this is package code. Give again varchar. Okay, and again package description. Okay, give varchar. So this is the table. I have 4 columns. Okay. Okay, created a table and the text package data, and these are columns inside. Okay, just use a semicolon. Okay, all at the end of the sentence, we need to give the semicolon. Okay, now run it. Okay, now select, or you can put cursor and you can hit Control Enter. So what is happening? It's created the table text package data. So now we need to load data from on-premises to Snowflake. On-premises means our computer system. We can call on-premises, or we can call local machine to Snowflake, or computer to Snowflake. So there you can see, right, ingestion. So you can see add data. Okay. So now load data into table, browse, and go to desktop, and all, go to Snowflake, and choose open text package. So it's going to be 26 MB, and let's select the database healthcare DB and healthcare schema. So already we create a table. Now you are seeing, but sometimes if you are not create the table, so you can give any here. You can give us data, just table name here. You can give any table name. It's going to take by default table itself, but the columns, like inside we created a column names and data, but it's going to be take by default C1, C2, C3, C4, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. But here we already created, right? So that's why I'm choosing this one. Okay, and scroll down. Okay, click on next. See, it's going to load. It's loading the data. So this is, and here choose delimited files, TSV. Snowflake going to support JSON, Parquet, Avaro, ORC, and XML files. Structure and semi-structure and unstructured. Unstructured directly we don't load. It will, we can check the metadata from when we have data in the S3. Okay, so this is CSV file. Choose and click on View Options. Header Contents. So now data be given stream varchar, so it's going to load, but in real time the header, right, that on the CSV files we have data, right? So we need to skip this first line. So we need to skip this first line. Suppose if you have a numeric like number, float, okay, boolean, it's going to throw the error, but we have varchar, it's going to load, but we don't need this header, right? We don't need to load this into the table. So just we need to load from this point, right? This point. Okay, that's why. So what we need to do here, we need to give first line contains header. This one, skip first line, and comma. Okay, in data, so we have comma, right here, comma, and here comma and comma. Okay, and so comma, comma. So here we have, but here see, so we may be having tab, semicolon, space, vertical bar, or custom. So by default we have comma, so you can choose comma. We have the data comma. Okay, choose comma. So then trim space if any unnecessary space in the data. Suppose this is right, unnecessary, this is okay, having only one space. Suppose if I have like this, so this is unnecessary space, right? So for that, to remove unnecessary spaces, we need to trim the data. So for that, we're going to use trim space. Okay, we're going to remove the, if you give default to. So field enclosed by, suppose, okay, single quotes or double quotes. Suppose in the data, if you have like double quotes, so this is your interview question, and it will throw the error. It will throw the error if you not enable these double quotes. It will throw the error. For that, okay, double quotes. We need to choose even double quotes. It's going to load the data. Okay, so if there are single quotes, we need to load. Suppose if you give none, it's not going to load data. It's going to throw the error. So that's why field option inclusive by, and replace invalid characters. If any unnecessary spaces, it's going to replace. Okay. And date format, so now we don't have any date column. Suppose see, date format is year, month, dd. and it like 2026 03 and 24, but date this one 24 month March MARCH March, it will be like that. And then again 2026. Okay, so you can see example DEC. But so when you create in the table, if the date format is not matching, so it's going to throw the error. So as per the requirement, you need to give the date column. So you need to give here, choose the date format properly. So in real time we're going to have, okay, updated data loading time, loading it, we have those columns, right? We need to give the proper date for, suppose if you are receiving any date column, okay, then we need to give the proper date format. Here we can choose, okay, and as well as again about time format, okay, and again timestamp format. This is about date and again time, and this is timestamp is both, or date and time both. So we need to choose proper one if you are. So append and default, suppose see append, so data will be appended to the exiting table with the copy into, it will load. So all existing tables rows will be removed with the truncated files will be loaded with the copy. It means, so already I created table in Snowflake. If the table already having the data, so what it will do, if you choose the replace option, it's going to truncate the table and it's going to load the data again. And what we will do, we choose append, it not going to truncate the table, it will load directly like that. That is append. And do not load data default. See, so data do not load any data, do not load any data default. It means, so on record abort statement, suppose if you have any error in the data, it's going to throw. Okay, so 1 second guys, there is meeting going to end. Rejoin is the same link, rejoin with same link, you will continue the class. Rejoin, everyone rejoin with the same link. Okay, fine. So where we are,
Nine. Oh, hi.
brother, you can mute and you can talk.
Chala.
Someone is okay. So fine. Okay, everyone. Okay. So where we are, two. So this is okay. So in data, if you have any error, we need to use on heretical abort statement. It's going to stop running that statement. So only load valid data from the file on heretical content. Suppose I have 10 records. So if I having two records having the error, so it will load 8 records and it will not load 2 records. Okay, what we do in that time? So we need to load only 8 records. So after that, we need to create the error table. We need to load remaining the error data into the error table, log table. Okay, so that is real time scenario we're going to do. Okay, no worries, we're going to handle error data also. So after that, click on load. You can see the, okay, this data load. So we table details or click anything. Okay, and close here. You can see table details from this point, or go to home. Click on home button and select this is your top. You can see your latest worksheet. Click on this worksheet. So there you can see, okay, we have, right? So this is how we can select data. Select star from tracks package data. Okay, so control enter. So taken 752 milliseconds. We have, it's have the like data 2,21,362 records. Okay, this thing. Then this is not proper way to select data, but in real time we need to use always a fully qualified name. So go to here. So open this. So table, click 3 dots, or you can use copy name or place name editor. So when you, where you have the cursor, so there it's going to paste fully qualified name. This is our database name. This is a schema name, and this is the table. We use this one. Okay. So, but Now we have 2 lakhs records. Sometimes we have the millions records, right? So in that scenario, you need to use the limit and you can give 10 and like that. Okay, it give 10 records only. Okay, so what I'm not using limit here. I'm selecting anything type the data and go to see. So this is a way of loading data. Okay, so most of the time, 1 second. So we don't insert data most of the time. We're going to create procedures or data loading copy command with Snowpipe for the live data, continuous data. We're going to use those things. Okay, this is how to load data. Okay, so now go to the next. I'm running one query, simple query. See, select from. I'm choosing this one, fully qualified name. See, and I'm using where class, where selecting the product NDC, product where product NDC equal. So I'm giving the equal 0 to hyphen 200. So I'm using where class and I'm filtering the data. It's going to throw the error. So numeric value 0002 hyphen 200 is not recognized. Why? Because we given data type string, right? So use single quotations. Okay. So this is the data. Only we have 2 records from on this name of product NDC. Okay. So this is way of selecting data. So now what I have done, I will explain. So go to Snowflake architecture. So everything documentation I will share there. You can find okay everything. Okay, diagrams and everything. So this is official document. Go to this. So we can see the 3 layers. So now what I have done. So I created the database schema and table and I loaded the data, right? So and after that I have selected the data and I have do the filter. Using the filter I've read that now. So when we run the when we loading the data, so when we create the database schema, so it created, okay, and we have first we have chosen the warehouse, and when I loaded the data, that process run in this layer, okay, in this layer compute process, data loading process. So when we run the query, select star from table name where id where product end is equal to something. So first what it will do, Snowflake architecture. So this is the cloud services layer. Inside we have security management, metadata optimization. First, it go and check who is running that query. So I am the user, I am have run. Okay. Then after it going to check. So we have like roles. So we have roles and privileges, right? Okay. You have permissions and it's going to check with who is the user and it check with the permissions. Okay, user and its permission is going to check. Then it will read that query and it going to give that partitions. So that I will explain. Okay, no worries. That partitions means like the data partition it going to share with this compute layer. Compute layer. Then this compute layer going to scan those partitions, everything, and it will run the query and it will going to give to this database store. Why? Because of it is having the data, right? It's going to run in this layer. Okay, so now then we can it going to fetch data from this database. So now we can see the data. Okay, this is when we run the query. First it's going to check the who is the user, okay, and his permissions. Then it will move, it will share those partition with this compute layer. Then it going to run and it going to give that query, that partition to this base database story layer. Then we can see data from this from the it going to fetch data from this database storage layer. This is it will check the query, it will run the query, and it will show the data database from this database storage layer. Okay, these are 3 layers. Okay, so this is when we run the query, it's going to happen. There is a lot of things, I will explain everything. So okay, so coming upcoming classes. Okay, so here, so this is okay. So now what? this is how to select data and everything. So now I will go to here. Okay, so here complete it going to be 45 days, and sometimes it will take some extra. Here I'm going to make a resume preparation and complete notes and interview questions. Interview questions means even all companies, interview questions we have. Okay, and then from USA interview questions. Who are the client interview questions, and UK client interview questions from different countries also we have. Okay, so minimum you're going to get, okay, you're going to get complete real time. So if you have keep your resume like 8 years, you're going to get those experience I'll give you here. Okay, everything because of not only developer. So Snowflake developer, you can apply for admin and architect and analyst. Okay? And these things, okay, not only developer. Suppose if you take a developer, it will be separate cost, for admin separate cost, architect separate cost, for analyst separate. But in this training, I'm going to give full, not simple topics, everything completely 100% I will give from my side. Okay, so admin to okay, architect to analyst to everything I will give my side. Okay, you can apply for what I'm giving. From that you can apply for developer, admin, architect, analyst. Okay, these things. So and, interview questions from each company, and finally, so resume and now career profile and LinkedIn profile, then mark interview. Okay, mark interview, then uh, like references means, okay, I will provide all recruiters mail IDs. Then you can ping, there is some mail format, text mail format, how you need to send them a resume, you can ping them and you can apply. And sometimes I'm going to get calls from the different companies for there in weekends, the recruiter is going to call to me, I will give the reference. Okay, so what you need to quick action because of after coming AI, generic AI, so there are a lot of right. So after learning the Snowflake, so after getting the job, not now, after getting the job, you need to go with Snowflake Cortex AI. If you because of after 1 year, so there are only 25% jobs. Okay, 75% going to lay off. Okay, if you be in the if you want to be in the 20%, you need to go with Snowflake Cortex AI. So first startingly, don't go with Snowflake Cortex AI. After getting the job, then go with Snowflake Cortex AI. Inside we have Gentic AI. This is the like Gentic AI. Okay, so go with Snowflake Cortex AI. Then Python, PyPark. Okay, those which will enable. Then you can survive. Okay, as well. How many? A lot of years, like lifelong. So without being affected by that layoff, you can survive. Learn Snowflake Cortex. After getting the job on Snowflake, if you learn Snowflake Cortex and now, so you can't work. It will be very difficult. So first go with Snowflake. Then after that, when you got the job, then go with Snowflake Cortex. Right? Those skills, then you can save your job lifelong. Okay, this is 25K training fee, right? So you're going to get everything. Okay, recording videos. Suppose if you want to put parallel your resume, so when you pay the complete fee, I will provide the, okay, I will provide complete previous batch recordings. Okay, go with them and you can uh, complete and you can let me know. Take the mark interview. You can put your resume. You can put your resume like that. Okay. So these things, everything is completely end to end. Okay, you can ping me anytime. Okay, so as per my schedule, I will connect with you. Suppose if you have doubt, you can ask in the class. So if you have any issue, then okay, you can ping me as per my schedule. I will call you and we will connect and we will discuss about any issues. So complete real time, it's only real time, so not simple real time. Completely project training, real time use case only. So first you need to how what is the method to learn theory. We need to go theory and then practical, then go with like real time application. Real time application, then only you will get real time experience. Okay, theory you need, okay, theory you need, practical you need, real time application you need. So everything I will give. Okay, every requirement I give. So what is team, who is the client, who is our manager, admin, developer, analyst. Okay, different developers in the team. So in team you're going to have 8 to 12 members each. member, okay, what it going to do, and what is Jira tool and GitHub. Okay, the most important thing, know what nobody is, I don't know exactly, but I'm going to teach like CI/CD also, continuous integration, continuous deployment. We're going to create pipelines, okay, handling the historical data, okay, and incremental data. So advanced topics like dynamic tables, iceberg tables in the Snowflake, everything, and as well as advanced topics in the DBT. So model creation, creating layers, staging environments, okay, moving the data, transforming, okay, deleting duplicate values, okay, and the procedures UDF, okay, and snow pipe creation, ETL, but everything we're going to discuss. Okay, so again tomorrow class will be tomorrow 8 p.m. Okay, and every Monday you're going to have the test. So you need to complete, you need to submit that test. Okay, every Monday you're going to have that test. I will share the test question. If you write that test question answers in the notebook, so not notepad, you need to write in the notebook and take photos, make PDF, and you need to send. It will take only just 5 minutes to you to make PDF. It won't take more time. So if you complete that test, so simply you can clear interview yourself, and you will get real time work experience, and you going to clear certification exam also, Snowflake certification exam also. Okay, these things. Okay, so everything included, you get my support lifelong. Okay, you can ping me anytime. Okay. So now, as of now, anybody having doubts regarding this session? If you have any doubts, let me know. Okay.
No doubts.
Yeah. If you have any doubt, if you don't want to ask here, you can ping me. Okay. So please, just please just ping me in the WhatsApp whether you want to connect, continue the training or not, or you need some time, or if you are going to continue, ping me. Then I will guide you, share your full name and your current resume, and your skill set, your experience, what is the how many experience you have. Then I will give you a proper way, and also mention your package, okay, and how you get the next package, how you going to apply. I will give you every idea. Okay, so thank you guys, have a great day, good night. Okay, yeah, tomorrow we will connect.